Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be talking about whether or not the V6 Firebird is a better deal than the V8 one. Alright, now to start off, if you notice, the V8 and the V6 Firebird, they look pretty similar, but there is some key differences. One being the front bumper, the lack of side skirts unless you have the sport package, the different spoiler, and the different rear bumper. Other than that, they are identical. Now the interiors of them, also exactly the same. Now with the Trans Am, you usually got leather and a better stereo and whatnot, but other than that, again, identical interior, same dashboard, same stereo head unit, same gauges, all that good stuff. So where it really gets interesting is the V6 Firebird currently can be had for about a quarter of the price of a V8 one. The 3800 is, I would say, just about as reliable as the LS1. It makes 200 horsepower, and the fuel economy it achieves is quite remarkable. So you can see that in a V6 Firebird you got a lot more room than in a V8 one, which is to be expected. It's still a little snug in there, but it's not bad. With the V6 Firebird, your in-town fuel economy, I'm getting roughly 22. And then my highway fuel economy, I'm getting about 30, 31 maybe. My V8 Firebird, I usually get about 25, 26 on the highway, and then about 15 in around town driving. So the V6 Firebird has a noticeable fuel economy increase, and the V6 also runs on regular gas, whereas the V8 LS1 runs on premium. So you really start to notice that once you drive the car a lot, because it costs you a lot less to drive the V6. Another thing that's nice about the V6 is the T5 5-speed is, in my opinion, a much smoother and much better daily driver manual transmission. The T56 is heavy and clunky and noisy, and the T5 is just really, I think, the best daily driver transmission there is. Now the V6 is so much cheaper than the V8, mostly because the V8 has a lot higher tuning potential, but the V6 also has a lot of tuning potential. With forced induction, you can take that stock bottom end to about 700 or 800 horsepower before it lets loose. Naturally aspirated, the V6 is limited to about 300 horsepower. Anything beyond that is pretty much impossible. But I mean, even in stock form, this thing's pretty quick. It's fun. The good old 5-speed definitely helps it. Just a really enjoyable car to drive. And for the money you can get the V6 Firebird for, it really is, I think, one of the best deals you can get for a sportier car. Now, as an owner of a V8 Firebird and a V6 Firebird, I'll admit the V8 is a lot faster. I would say it's a lot more fun. But when you're talking about value for dollar here, I mean, it's really hard to beat the V6. I mean, look at that thing. It looks sweet. I think it's just as cool looking as my Trans Am is. So yeah, if you ask me, the V6 is a much better value per dollar than the V8. Because these days, V8s tend to be going for 9, 10, sometimes even more. You can get a nice V6 for 2 or 3 grand. You're in pretty good shape. Have a lot of fun for 2 or 3 grand. And the nice thing about the V6 is they made millions of the 3800s. So it's real easy to get parts for them. Parts are really cheap to run. It's just a really, really good usable sporty car. So yeah, my opinion on the V6 versus the V8, I think the V6, you get a whole lot more bang for your buck. Whole lot more. And if you can afford the V8, sure, go for it. You go a lot faster, make cooler sounds and whatnot, but at the end of the day, I think this is the better value. Thanks for watching, guys.